Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 30 along the path, and today an important update. Remember last week our hosts challenged each other to journal for a week. How did it go? What did they learn? Anything important along the way? Let's find out as we start along today's path. And indeed, welcome to this, The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. We are at step number 30 along the way. Bill Sklodowski here, Vicki Wagoner live and direct from the Blue Ridge Mountains of northern Georgia. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm great. How are you doing?
We were both.
You got your jacket on. Is it cold down in Florida?
No, I'm an old guy, and it's hilarious that you met. By the way, this is step number 30. This is the Practical Podcast, personal, spiritual growth, and apparently talking about the wonders of old age. And we're just going to jump right into it. Yeah, we were talking about so much before the recording started, and here we are. And yes, and another sign of I don't want to say old age. God, I hate that. Maturity.
Well, we're all aging.
We're all aging. Yeah, there's no getting away on that. So I wear this hoodie. I know you can't see me, folks, but I'm wearing a black hoodie, and it's just a lightweight hoodie that for I don't want to tell you how many years. It does get warm, thank you, so that's good. But I just wear it around the house all the time. I just do. And I'm just more comfortable wearing it. Even when the air conditioning is on, I'm wearing it. And
oh my gosh.
I used to, it was funny because in my younger days, when I was at quote unquote older friends, I'm talking 20 years ago when I was in my 40s and they were in their 60s and 70s, my computer clients when I had my computer. And I would always wonder about that. Like, God, I'm like such an old fart thing to do. And yet here I am doing it. So I don't know. It's beyond me. It's just comfortable. And
I was just
in my old age, I choose to be comfortable.
I was just going to say, it's comfortable, it's cozy.
That's it.
Who's going to know? Okay.
I got nothing else for you. No, that's it. I got nothing else. Just
pretend.
That's it. So that's it. So yes, here we are at step number 30 along the way. We were just talking about before we started the recording that it's been just kind of slow out there. It really has.
Yeah.
And I don't have an answer. There's no answer. It's not something that needs an answer. But
right.
But it's actually created a lot of things that I do want to talk about. So that's a good thing. And then also this week from the previous show to now has been Bill and Vicki kind of challenged each other to write something in a journal. And we've been pestering each other pretty much every day via text message to remind.
We're encouraging.
Encouraging, thank you. See, I always count on Vicki for the words, for the proper words. Yes. So I know you wrote something today, and I know I wrote something every day. So we're going to check in on that a little bit later on, and other stuff going on as well. I was listening to another podcast day, and the guy just had several great things to say, and I tried to write them down, but I was riding my bike at the same time, so I was like using Alexa or Siri or whatever it was to talk to and remember ideas and stuff, which can work if you do it right. But so anyway, there you go. It's my life. How about you?
Pretty quiet. Just pretty kind quiet. Of slow and looking every day. What can I do today that's exciting? And it's like, oh wait, I can't think of anything.
I know.
Well, we did the other day, not yesterday, the day before, we did go to the winery, and it was a beautiful day. We just sat out on the deck, and it was really nice. So we did get out, and we did, finish up a bottle of wine, and thank goodness Rick was, driving. And
it's okay.
But so we did that. But yeah, it's just been like, what am I going to do today?
Right.
What's gonna, it's my ex-father-in-law would say, what's gonna float my boat, and it's like, I can't think of anything. I mean, I could clean the house. Okay, well, we'll see how that works. But I don't know. I'm, trying to be creative. I'm trying to read, take Max for a walk, 3 times a day. But it feels flat for somehow.
It really
I don't
does.
know the reason it just like, I'm here. I'm thankful to be here. Okay, I wake up every morning thankful I awake.
Right.
But yeah, it's just something. I don't know if it's like, wintertime moving into spring or something. I don't know.
I don't,
What's your,
I, what's my thought on that? Pretty much the
yeah.
same. I mean, I'm really, and I wrote about that in the journal, and I want to share some of that later. But yes, to summarize, I have had the same kind of, but for me, it's almost like, and it's not like I'm an alcoholic or a drug user or anything like that. But I remember an old country music song, and I think it was by the Judds, about when you've hit rock bottom, you got nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Right? There was an
Yes.
old country song like that. And again, and thank you, universe. It's not a life or death thing like drugs or alcohol. It's just
Oh, no, no, no.
lifestyle at the moment of not
Yeah.
having much to do and not wanting to do anything.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like, not almost, I do feel like I'm getting to the end of that. That it's almost like, okay, here's the, like I'm sitting on that rock bottom floor going, all right, there's one way to go from here, and that's to go back up.
Go
And
up.
and like you said, now that springtime is thankfully finally arriving. Of
Hmm.
course, here in Florida, that's, not a huge deal, but it kind of is. It's
It
been
is.
really beautiful the last few days. It's been just fabulously beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, feeling both that it's like, all right, you had your winter, you had your quiet, you had your, hibernating, hibernating.
Hibernate. Yes.
Yeah, I'm bear sized, so I like that. I am a teddy bear, however. That I think it's almost to the point. No, I shouldn't say almost. It is to the point
Hmm.
of I've had enough of the boring. I'm
Yeah.
sick and tired of being sick and tired. I think that's another country music song, right?
I believe it is.
I believe it is. It's funny that I've mentioned songs a couple of times now because one of the things I wanted to add into the show, and I don't know if we'll do it this week or not because I haven't done a lot of research about it, and we have other things to talk about. Is the musical piece of it, the music, the
Mm.
connection of it. I listen to a lot of music. If I'm out walking or riding my bike, I'm either listening to a podcast or music in my ears. And at night, if I'm reading, I have music on or something, like in the background. And I don't know why it's taken me this long. Normally we do a little thing called, life lessons or whatever from the universe. And today's lesson from the universe is hearing things in music.
Oh, definitely.
I know,
There's
right?
a lot. Yes.
I know Vicki Wagoner has said many times about, the signs you see. You hear a conversation, you hear a song, you see a billboard, you do.
Mhm.
And for me this week, it's been songs, music. And of course, I was
Yeah.
in the radio business. For those that know my history, I was in the radio business for many, 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 many years.
Hmm.
And it occurred to me, or finally the light bulb went off about all of the songs that are out there. And there are bunches
Oh, yeah.
of the songs that have some sort of a spiritual message or a personal message or something in it.
Yes.
Hitting
Yeah.
rock bottom with nowhere to go up, but up was is a good one. But just the stuff, and that's now that I've been turned on to it, or I've come to the realization. It's like hearing things now that I never heard before. That it's like, last night I was listening, and Joe Jackson. You can't, you can't. Well, it's the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but Joe
Oh, yeah.
Jackson also had, you can't get what you want. And no, you can't get what you want until you know what you want. That's a Joe
Oh,
Jackson song. Yeah, what you want.
yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm like, wow, wow, where's that been? Song's only 20 years old, Bill. And then there was an old song from my high school days, Firefall, a band called Firefall, called
Oh,
"You Just Say Goodbye." You can say something. I just say goodbye or whatever. It's a breakup song, but it's such
yeah.
a beautiful breakup song that it's like, wow, that's so. I think that as the week go on, I'll probably start developing a little catalog or something. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are about playing music on a podcast. I can play like up to 30 seconds or something without licensing issues or something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to check in with my old DJ buddy BJ Woodham on that one and find out
Yeah.
what I can do and get away with and all that. Because I don't want to get into trouble with the podcasting gods, but just to maybe hear just the hook of a song, the little one line that it's like, oh yeah, there's that.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
do that? I'm sure you
Oh,
go along
all the
and
time.
just like, wait a minute, did they just sing what I thought they sang?
Oh, yeah. And it gets your attention. It makes you go, whoa, wait a minute. Who's peeking in over my shoulder?
Right,
But
right,
no, I've said that, on the radio, the songs on the radio, ads on TV, billboards, walking by somebody and somebody just says that right word and it just grabs your attention. It's everywhere. It's are you open to hearing it and then follow up on it?
right,
So,
right.
but
And
yeah,
again, it all comes to the awareness part of, well, not all of it, but a big piece of it is the
big piece.
awareness piece of it.
Hmm.
And that I was having that conversation with somebody. I don't know. I think playing pickleball last night. Somebody and we were like, "Did you see this? Did you hear that?" And I'm like, I wasn't open to what you were. I didn't recognize the thing that you said as what actually was. It's one of those moments where it's like, "Oh
Right.
yeah, wow, listen to that." So anyway, long story short, I'm not saying I'm paying more attention to music, but I'm trying to be more open to the little
Yes.
signs and signals and
Mhm.
stuff that the universe has to offer.
And
And
yeah, and then I was going to say, then it's up to us. What are we going to do with it?
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
That's see that I I wrote this in the journal, and I'm kind of putting that off to the second half of the show where we can really spend a whole full half hour talking about journaling and how that went. But yes, I wrote a lot about that and about the difference between just hearing or seeing something and going, "Oh, that's cool," or like,
Mhm.
"Is this going to make a difference for you somewhere? Is this going to?"
Yeah.
Brendan Burchard, the young man, the motivational speaker that I know and love so much, is his big thing is it going to move the needle? Is it going to move? Like on the old on the car engine. Does it move the needle in some way to show that actually you are doing something with this new information that you are getting?
Right.
So,
Yep.
and for me, I'm just going to speak for myself for the last month. Nothing has moved. It's been like driving around on E. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we want to put some gas in the tank and do something here. So yeah, just saying, just saying. So
Well, and being kind with ourselves is that wintertime really is like a hibernation time.
yes,
So I'm just kind of, because I'm not one to just sit around. It drives me crazy. But yet I've been sitting around. So I've been trying to be really kind with myself to go, okay, it's okay to not have anything to do. It's okay if you just feel, a little lost and uncertain. It'll move through. Just, keep putting one foot in front of the other and, we'll move out of this. But I think with spring coming, and spring is always like, like everything opens up, the flowers are
hmm
blooming, the trees are starting to bloom. And I don't know, I think, right, taking off all the heavy coats, that we got to wear. And I think sometimes that too, we feel so burdened with having to, wear so much and, be aware of staying warm. So now, we're coming out, and I feel it'll change things. We'll
right,
start opening, get more excited about, oh, the sun is coming up higher in the morning, and so just going back to just being kind with ourselves that if we're in a lull, it's okay. We'll find our way out.
right, right.
Yeah,
We will. I mean,
we always
there's a
do.
bumper sticker or a Facebook post or something that's like, congratulations, you have survived 100% of everything life has thrown at you up to this point. Keep up the good work. Which is true. I mean, we don't think about it, but if you're still here and if you're listening to this show, congratulations, you have survived 100% every time that life has thrown you a curveball. You have been able to get through it, past it, survived it, whatever it is. So I'm counting on more of the same. So yeah, I get that. It just when you're in it is always that moment, not moment. It's sometimes it's days that you're just like, is this ever gonna end? Is there ever, where the hell is the light at the end of the tunnel? Kind of a thing, and is it an oncoming train?
And sometimes you go, where is the tunnel? It feels like you hit this big wall and it's like, wait a minute, I thought there was an opening here.
Hey, it's Bill, stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
I'm really, really, really dating myself, but I used this Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons. Wile E. Coyote would draw a tunnel, would paint a tunnel on the side of the rock of the mountain, and the Roadrunner would speed right through it. And Wile E. Coyote would lean back and go, okay, and he would take off running to it. And he would just wham right into it.
I remember that.
It was, yeah. Wile E. Coyote was in the Matrix before anybody was in the. He just never worked for him. Poor guy. You're my hero. Wait a minute. Wait.
There it is.
I know. Nobody can see him on the radio, but there's my guy. I got a Wile E. Coyote stuffed critter. I don't even remember where I don't even remember. You didn't give this to me, did you? No.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so. I have had Wile E. for, boy, he's dusty. Can you put him in the wash machine? Sorry, Wile E. So anyway, I don't know how long I've had him, and I don't know where he came from, but he has been my desk companion forever. And I'm just going to prop him up over there for a while so he can watch. So anyway, again, for those maybe we'll have to put a little clip of that on YouTube or something, a video clip of me and Wile E. So anyway, he's just, but Wile, here's what's wonderful about it. Boy, I didn't know the show was going to make this turn, but it did. He was always, even though he lost every time, he was always optimistic. He always had a plan. He was always like, this is the one. Today is the day. And even though everybody watching, we all knew that he was going to go off the cliff at the end, it didn't matter because he came back next week. He survived 100%.
Yeah, he would put everything into it.
Everything. He put everything into this task of his. And so there's another life lesson from Wile E. Coyote. He had a mission. He had a thing. He had something that drove him, that literally got him out of bed, or at least out of the burrow, wherever coyotes spend the night, that got him out of bed every morning and said, today's the day. I'm catching that doggone Roadrunner. And he never did, but it never stopped him.
Right.
Wow. I'm taking life lessons from a stuffed animal now. This is getting a little weird.
I know. I was watching you going, you're getting really into this.
Well, he was my hero when I was growing up. He was.
Still your hero. He's right here with you.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, all right. So when I said that today's the day thing, I thought of another example of that, which is back when we all lived in Southwest Florida together. That was in the days of Mel Fisher, the treasure hunter in Key West.
Yes.
And they were going out and searching Spanish gold. And that was their, literally, that was their thing. That was their, it was painted everywhere on today's the day.
Oh.
That was today's, I mean, I think even that's, I don't remember if he wrote a book or whatever, or a movie about him or whatever, but that was his, today's the day. We're finding the treasure. We're finding the whatever, et cetera. So yeah, I think there's something to be said. Well, I know there's something to be said for having that thing, that mission, for lack of a better word, to get you out of bed, get you going, and get you on your way with some sense of purpose. And I know for me, I feel like I'm talking too much here, but I'm going to give you a chance here in a second, because I feel for me that that's been my thing, that there's been a lack of purpose, of mission, of whatever to do anything, pick something and then go after that.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that is changing for me. And that's, again, something I wrote about in the journal that I want to talk later on. But so what a long, strange trip it's been to get from Wile E. Coyote to Mel Fisher to back to Bill and figuring out what his life's journey is supposed to be all about. So,
well, it's what you wanted to talk about, what you felt you needed to talk about. And I'm sure there's people out there that are thinking the same thing. So I always trust that whatever comes up is supposed to be. And it touches one person or a trillion people, we've just stuck with what we felt was right.
Correct.
Yeah. And trusting our intuition, trusting, the voices that come out of us,
Right.
I love when I work with people and they go, "Oh, do you remember when you said this?" And I said, actually, no, because it's not for me, it's for you. So I'm glad you remember it. Things just come out of me, and I just figure, well, that's what's supposed to be said.
Right.
There it. But it's like a mantra, where you wake up in the morning and you have a mantra, you have a mission, like, okay, today's going to be my best day, or whatever you want to say, and stick with that. And so often, I know, like, I'm a broken record, is putting a sticky note on your bathroom mirror. So you're brushing your teeth, washing your face, while your subconscious is focusing on what it is you want to manifest.
I actually have a sticker on my bathroom mirror, but it's not. When we went, my pickleball group, the bunch that I play with, we went out for dinner one night at a local little bar and grill that has music and everything. And yes, I actually danced a little bit. But anyway, I know. And there might even be a picture. But it was Valentine's Day. That's what it was. And one of the ladies made the little heart thingies, and gave them to everybody. So everybody had something to take home. It was cute. And it was like, mine had a it's kind of like the candy hearts. All had the little slogan on them. Mine said, all that and a bag of chips. So it's on my mirror now. It's a big heart that says, "You're all that and a bag of chips," and it's on my bathroom mirror. And when I get up in the morning, I see that, and it makes me smile, and that's a good start. That's
a good start. Yeah, look at how somebody has touched you, and now you're sharing it with everybody else.
Right.
I love that.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know how I got it. Somebody handed me, when I got there, it was handed out, and it's like it doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's just in the morning, I look at the mirror. There it is. Going to be a better day because of it.
Yes, that's the tone for the day, and it's that simple. Yet it's that powerful.
Yes,
it's very powerful.
I think I don't think I know. I know that you are right about that. That it's just that you are who you are. You don't have to be anything fancy, special, whatever, etc. It just helps boost your mood, your self worth, your whatever with self worth. There we are. That I wrote down one thing from the podcast
Yeah,
on self worth, and it's kind of a little pivot from where we're at, but I thought I'd share this before we get to our break at the bottom of the hour.
sure.
And the guy was talking about self worth, and he said the question is, do people love you for who you are or for what you do?
Oh,
And right, because
yeah.
I think as people, I was going to say as men, but as people, I don't want to
People.
make it that, about that. That I think a lot of relationships and a lot of the love that we express to other people is based on what what is the thing they're doing for us in our lives? How are
Mhm.
they adding to our life in some physical, mechanical, measurable way? I mean, versus the fact that I just love somebody for who they are, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Right?
and he followed that up with, of course, now the good thing to keep in mind, because I mean, it's not easy, but it's a good point, is like, okay, am I loving somebody? Is somebody loving me for what I do for them or just as for who I am? He says, that's great and easy. I get it. Now do it for yourself.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I see the smile on your face.
Oh, yeah.
Now do you love yourself for just
Hmm.
who you are?
Yes.
Or again, is it all the stuff that you do
Yeah.
for yourself? I mean, it's kind of odd to say for yourself, but yeah, it's, whatever. Do you love
Well,
yourself or what?
we have to take care of ourselves first so we can then go out and take, care of everyone else and share. Like I said, I always say what we do for us, that energy goes out and we're sharing it with millions of people we're never going to meet. So being our own best friend, taking care of ourselves, respecting ourselves if we fall down, going, hey, you know what? Be your best cheerleader. You can get back up. Let's keep moving
Right.
forward. And people are going to feel that. So we have to do that for ourselves first so we can do it for other people.
And that has little to do with the physical, actual, real world things, the stuff that we do.
Mhm.
It's just who you are. It's not what you
Mhm.
do, it's who you are.
Yes.
And his last, I forget, I apologize, I don't remember who said this or who the author was, but he said a lot of times the problem is we become, and his word, it was a good word, he said we become captured by the
Hmm.
value that other people assign to us.
Oh, yeah.
So you're a good father, you're a good cook, you're a good housekeeper, you're good in some way that, all kinds of ways. That becomes the identity that we have for ourselves. Well, I'm good at this, I'm good at and I don't want to get in trouble for the man woman thing, but I think that's a guy thing a lot. I know it's a woman thing too. I can only
Mhm.
speak for a guy thing, but I see a lot of guys talking about that as online, that
Mm.
are that they feel that their worth in life comes just from the stuff that they give to their partner, their family, their community, their whatever.
Mm.
I'm sure it works for women too, so don't
Yeah.
write me
Oh,
an
yeah.
email on that. But
No.
I'm just saying, I follow a lot of the
Mhm.
online relationship people and I see that. So, but I get it. It works both ways. I understand
Yes.
that we're stuck in that. We're not stuck. We're his word captured. We are. It's
Yeah.
like that's when you ask someone who they are or what they think about, that's what colors their thought process about who they are. It's not
Hmm.
the who they are, what they do. And
Right.
that's not really helpful. Not really helpful.
It's a good point to bring up to that awareness of being aware of how we perceive ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do we flip the switch? And this is probably a bigger question than we can answer in 5 minutes, but I'll give you a whack at it. How do we flip that switch from my value, the value I assign to myself comes from the things that I do for people, or how do I flip the switch to the value that I bring is just who I am?
I think embracing both,
Okay.
because I don't know, I feel that I am one that just love to help people, love to be there to support them, encourage them. And also by doing that for them, I'm doing it for myself. So I feel
Right.
it's kind of a combination of both. So how can we blend those two factors together
Well, I like
instead of
that.
saying, yeah, I'm this and then I'm this. I'm all of it. It's just
Right.
it's like a salad. You've got lettuce, you got tomatoes, you got cucumbers. Individually, they're identifiable, but then
Right.
they collect.
Wait, you're all that and a bag of chips.
And a bag of chips, right?
Right.
So we're all of it and the bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you don't have to be your own sense of identity does not have to come from what you do.
what you
It can be
do,
part of it. It
oh
can be
yeah,
part
it's
of it.
part of it, obviously. But to identify myself as this is who I am because this is what I do.
Right.
Well, we all do all kinds of stuff. We're going back to we're the salad.
Right.
We've
Right.
got all these different pieces that we put together, and this is who we are. I mean, that's how
Embrace that.
and whatever anybody feels, is right for them. I honor, everybody's entitled to what they feel is right for them. This is
Oh,
just
sure.
what feels comfortable to me.
Sure. Sure.
And I respect what anybody feels. It doesn't mean that sometimes I agree with it, but I do respect it that if that's comfortable for you, then I respect that's what you feel is comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what fits for you. So,
Mm-hmm. As long as you're not, I mean, I'm okay. Like you said, I'm okay with whatever makes you comfortable. But if that thing that's making you comfortable is also somehow not helpful or is hurting you or something,
it's hurting you.
I might be tempted to say
Well, well, are you doing them a favor by saying, have you thought of it this
right,
way?
right,
And then you're sharing, you're not telling them what to do, you're just offering them a suggestion, and then it's up to them whatever they want to do.
I do that on the pickleball court. If I'm playing with someone who is
Mhm.
newer and
Mhm.
unskilled, shall we say, or whatever, I will be as nice as I can and ask, "Are you open to a little coaching on this?"
There. See,
And I usually follow it up by saying, "If you're just playing, just tell me and I'll shut up." But they're usually, I mean, 9 times out of 100, they'll say, "Oh, sure, tell me something." Okay, try this instead of that or whatever, and whatever. So yes, I think that you can offer your help,
Mhm.
coaching guide. Yeah, I like coaching because even in life,
Oh
it's
yeah.
not. I'm not fixing anything for you. I can't.
Oh
I
no.
can't fix you, but I might see something that you could maybe try and do that might give you a better outcome,
Right.
which is
And then
coaching, 100%. Yeah,
that's up to them. What are
yeah.
they going to
Then
But you've
right,
shared, offered, you're being who you are, and it's up to them.
right. It's. I love the coaching analogy. I really do. So
Mhm.
that's something that our friend Vicki Wagoner does on a regular basis with her clients and customers, and that, my friends, is what we call a segue. One thing into the next. So if someone were interested in and because trust me, I've talked to Vicki Wagoner. Her calendar's pretty open. If you'd like to talk to her, she'd love to chat with you
Love to do
about this
that.
sort
Yes,
of thing.
please.
If someone were interested, how would they get in touch with you, Miss Vicki?
They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 @gmail.com.
That's right. And yours truly continues to work on his list idea for a little business kind of a thing for folks who want to maybe make a little bit more money in their lives with a little online business. Since we're online all the time, you might as well have some fun with it and make a buck or two with it.
Right.
But
Yep.
Nothing yet official on that. In the meantime, keep going over to visit Bill's YouTube page at billsiphonetips.com, and more coming soon, as we like to say. So
Wonderful. Great.
yes, the big subject of the week is still to come, and that's all about our little experiment with journaling. Let's take a quick break, go refill your coffee or whatever you need to do, and we will be right back. And welcome back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. You can find us on Facebook. Just do a search for the podcast. In fact, just go to the little search bar thingy up in the upper left of your Facebook page and type in The Practical Path Podcast. You have to put it all in, and then the page will show up where you can listen to the episodes or see our posts. And you can post something as well. If you have a question or comment or joke or whatever, you can post it there. We appreciate that. So,
yeah.
And I didn't before the break that, of course, if you are interested in chatting with Vicki Wagoner for a little professional coaching, we're using that word this week. That, of course, all of her information, both of our information is in the show notes of every show. So wherever you're getting it, whether it's Apple Podcasts or iTunes iTunes, that's old school, Bill. I'm dating myself. iHeartRadio or music. We're on all of them, but the show notes will have all that information for getting in touch. So there you go. The big thing this week was the idea of trying some journaling. And it seems like that's a big thing that a lot of coaches and gurus, guides, whatever, it's a big deal. It seems like it is. Everybody talks about it.
It is. Yeah.
It's something that either Vicki or I have done regularly for any recent time. So we kind of challenged each other to do something every day for a week.
Yep.
As we record this podcast, it's a Tuesday morning, and then it comes out later in the week. But so we've been writing these things for a week now.
Yep.
We were both good about it. We wrote something every day. And the idea was, doesn't matter if it's a single sentence or a chapter of a book, just write the thing. I know I didn't write any chapters.
No, I didn't either.
I did write my first day. My first day was literally, it was a page and a half. And it's not a full 8.5 by 11 notebook, but it's probably a 8 by 10 or something. And yeah, I wrote a page and a half first day. I know, right?
Well, you're a writer.
What's that?
I said, you're a writer anyway. You write and you speak and,
correct.
Maybe I should say you're a communicator.
Thank you.
I
appreciate that.
Yes.
It's interesting because, yes, I am those things. But at the same time, when I would write stuff professionally back in the day, the idea was brevity, was keep it short, because you only had 2 minutes to give 5 or 10 news stories. So each one was a couple of sentences. So it's not like I'm used to writing long magazine article style, 500, 600 words of, even that's a little short, but hundreds and hundreds of words is not really my thing. A couple of sentences is about it. I will say that some days I wrote and some days I wrote less, and that was okay because we didn't put any requirements on it or anything like that. I did write every day. I know you did too.
Yep.
Just tell me about the overall experience for you. How did that seem to work or feel, or was it like a drudge, or was it like, oh, okay, I'm interested?
Well, I think the first day I'm looking at it like, oh gosh, what did Bill get me into this time? And I just sat down. I'm like, what am I going to write? So being honest with you, the first day, as I've spoke of, it's been a very difficult year because, my business just went flat. The whole complex burned down, and I've been struggling, emotionally. And so my first note to myself is I promise to myself to be more loving and supportive.
Hmm.
Because I've
Okay.
been, I've been struggling, and I'm just being honest. And this being my business, I had to be my own client.
Right.
And
Right.
so I realized that I've been really hard on myself, and at moments depressed. So I had to look at it, step back out of it, and go, okay, you have to, be more kind with myself, more loving with myself, more, positive with myself. So that was the first one that came out. And I kind of struggled with it because I'm like, what am I going to put down? Because vulnerability is a big thing in my life, and I've been vulnerable a lot in my life. So I'm a little hesitant, to kind of express things like that to myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel this writing the journal, as I've written each day, it's gotten longer and longer, and I feel more peaceful about it, and I feel more positive about it.
That's good. I mean, it's good. I'm not sure of what you're writing or what you're sharing, but I think that's it sounds good. It sounds like you said, you're getting more comfortable with it. You're getting more open to the idea of being able to share some stuff. I,
Mhm.
I wrote on the first day, I ran headfirst into that thing that I just talked about, that as somebody who wrote about
Mhm.
outside stuff, as a reporter,
Right?
I wrote about stuff that was happening outside of me and
Mhm.
just gave it back to people. And I recognized that in the writing that I was doing. So if you don't mind, it won't take but a minute, but I do want to read like the first couple of paragraphs that I wrote. So this was literally the first entry. And it says, every time I try this journaling thing, it feels like I'm back in the reporting days, writing a story about what I think and feel, and then telling other people about it. Isn't this supposed to be about hopes, dreams, aspirations, and intentions? All the gurus say find what makes you cry. Well, damn it, I don't cry about anything. Does that make me a psycho? I don't think so, but how would you know that? How would you know how that feels anyway?
Sorry.
I do. Yeah, I know. I do want to dig a little deeper. Okay, I do want to dig a lot deeper into figuring out what I want. Maybe I'll find something to cry about, but I doubt it. Yes, I want to find a new, low stress, relatively easy way to make some money in my life. So, question mark, why? Freedom comes to the top of the list. I want to travel, to see the world, to meet more interesting people. Why? I know I'm supposed to keep asking why. At the moment, the freedom thing seems pretty good on its own. Do I need to know more? Would it be more helpful in some way? Why? Again, the why question. For me, the desire and intention piece seem easy, self evident. The motivation to, quote, do the thing to get me to the goal is the hard part. Maybe that's where the crying part comes in. I feel like I want to add more awe, more amazement, and more wonder to my life. Standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, which I've done, staring at the stars at night in the desert, which I've done, all awesome. I want more experiences like that. Natural, some man made, doesn't matter, gives me the feeling of awe, amazement, and wonder. Is that an end or a goal in and of itself? I don't know, but I feel like the way it makes me, but I like the way it makes me feel, and isn't that the point? Interesting idea that needs more thought. The point. Is there a point to all this? To a why in life in general? More to think about, more to write about for sure. That was my
Wow.
first. I know.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
I'm serious. I mean,
And
that's
yet it still
powerful.
feels like okay. Thank you for saying that. But let me say this, and then let me hear your response to that. It still feels like reporting to me. It still feels like I'm viewing myself, and now here I'm putting it back on paper. And I guess,
Hmm.
and when I say I guess, I mean I guess, it feel like, okay, is that what journaling is? Is that what it's supposed to be? And do I even care? Is this like one of those things that there are no rules? Just do whatever you feel like?
That's what I'm thinking. Is there any right or wrong? You got to do it this way, do that way.
Right.
I think you've been so in that field for so long that it's still a part of who you are. So I feel that's a new beginning for you to go, okay, well, I've been writing for everybody else, because I could feel that you're writing for somebody else. But then as you kept going, I kept feeling that you're looking more as to what is right for me.
Mm-hmm.
What
And
do
I
I want
think,
to do?
yeah,
Excuse me.
I
What
appreciate
what
that.
makes no, and it's like what makes me happy? What do I enjoy? That's the feeling I got as you worked through that. Okay, I'm the reporter. Now I'm, fading out of that, and now I'm being myself. It felt like
Right.
layers, and I could
Kind of
feel,
does.
yeah.
And I think as the week went on, and I won't
Hmm.
bore you with any more of it, but I think as the week went on, um, that's what I did. I mean,
Hmm.
the next day I recognized, and I said I wasn't going to read it. I'm going to read it.
No,
I
read it.
recognize that I'm very much in reporter mode when I write these entries. I feel that I have to have something important or meaningful to say and write. Maybe that'll change as I keep writing for a while. And then, yeah, so I get it. I mean, I do think it's interesting. Some were short, some were long. It's interesting.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, it's, I guess I'm stuck, not stuck. I'm, like you said, still remembering that reporter
Mhm.
kind of mentality of writing down stuff that it's like almost, it really is. It's like interviewing myself. Um,
Yeah.
and yet I do look back on it and I see that there are some moments of insight, some good, a sentence here or there about the things I'm really thinking and feeling. So
Hmm.
I get, yeah, I guess so.
My
I guess
feeling is
so.
you're always going to be a reporter because you're always interested in what's going around and what's
Right,
happening, so
right.
forth. Yet I feel that it's softening up to be not so much like, okay, I'm reporting this. I feel more you're observing.
Hmm.
And
I
with
think that's true.
observing, you're bringing in that, oh, how does this make me feel, instead of, okay, here are the facts.
Yes, I think I'm almost sure you're right in that it's going to start with maybe a fact or two or
Right.
the how was your day kind of a thing,
Right.
and then it can expand on that as we go. And
Mhm.
I had that after. I'll just summarize one of the entries that I had after playing pickleball. One of the times this week, I wrote. It's almost like a headline and a reporting and like the who, what, where, when, why. I recognize that and I'm like, oh, really, Bill? Are you still doing that? Okay, I'm going to still do that, but I'm going to still write about what it means or feels like at the end. Playing pickleball, we were just standing around. There were like 8 people, and so you play four on a game. So you play doubles and blah blah blah. But between games, there's always this moment where people stand around. Okay, who's playing with who next? Where are we going? Like
Yeah.
it's and I could see that in the moment that it was like nobody was doing anything. So from Bill's chair, his little sideline chair, I stood up and I said, "Okay, Aaron and Bob, you playing together over there, Joe, and you play blah blah." And I just assigned people to courts, and everybody just went, "Oh, okay," and they walked out. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm not, I'm." So the journal entry that night was reporting on that, so to speak.
Yeah.
But then at the same time going, isn't that interesting? You learned a little lesson about leadership there. That, some people are just, not some people, most people in this world just need to be told what to do.
And somebody's got to step up and go, okay, here we go. Yet
And
you handled it very, your usual nice, pleasant,
sure,
you always put fun into it.
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
then they were comfortable.
absolutely.
So
And
you be
so,
comfortable.
so what was was there a lesson there? I don't know, but it was just an
Yes.
observation of the fact that some people need leadership in some, in some way, in some point during the day, it's whatever. And if somebody steps up to do it, good. And so anyway, that was my little fun. That was my fun thing.
Well,
So you're
so,
thinking, go
so
ahead.
look, well, look at it. Step back from it. How did it make you feel? You were seen, heard, you were honored, you were respected. That's what everybody wants. And
I
it's
get
just
it.
you being natural. You
I
just
suppose you're right.
naturally
Yes.
step up
I
and
suppose.
take action, you know?
I suppose you're right. Yes. I suppose you're
And
right.
so to me, I feel you're breaking down the walls of being the reporter and you're more going into the action of it. So instead of observing it, you're moving into it.
The, the last thing I wrote last night, and so anyway, before I go on, let me ask you
Okay?
this important question:
Yes.
Are you going to keep doing it?
Oh yeah, I'm up to, well, I've got to write in today, but I'm up to from till yesterday. Yeah. So and it's interesting as I kept writing, my writing got longer.
Yes, you
Like I got
mentioned
more
that.
comfortable with it.
Right. Correct.
And I felt like, okay, I can just express myself. And it's going to, whoever's, going to hear it or accept it, that's okay. I'm doing this for me.
Right.
I'm doing this to be my own best friend, to support myself and to express
So,
myself,
so
and
you
be
will
honest
keep
with myself.
right. So we only promised each other a week of
We.
this. So you're going to keep doing it.
I'm gonna think about keep doing it and just seeing
Going to
what
think about you. I
about it.
think but
Honest.
I'm not. I'm laughing because I think I'm in the same space. I think I'm going to think about keep doing it. Yeah. So,
And if I do it one day or I don't do it another day, it's okay. Yet we started that and we put it into motion, and it was interesting because I'm reflecting on it. Interesting how each day it got longer and longer, and I had more to say because I felt comfortable with it.
mhm.
I felt it was okay to share what I felt with myself, and if somebody reads it, well, they read it, and hopefully they learn something from it. So
It really yes to all that, and I guess I feel like because I've known who have done the journaling thing for years and years and years, and they can point to the
yes,
box full of notebooks that they've got written out and all that. And I'm always like, well, what the hell are you going to do with that? And I think the answer is it doesn't matter. It's
doesn't
just
matter.
that, right, you're just writing stuff down in the moment. And I've heard this from others that your brain is your brain isn't your that's not the your purpose of your brain is not remembering so much. It kind of is a little bit, but your brain is
Hmm.
doing the creative work. Your brain is doing the
Yeah,
day-to-day creative important stuff, whatever. If you can
right.
get those things out of your brain and onto paper, all right, you in the as we say in the computer world, you have freed up more memory space on your
Oh,
computer to do the important work that needs to be
yes,
done.
yes.
So again, it's I'm thinking, and I'm maybe we should get a journaling expert on the show with us and talk about it. I don't know, but I think we're doing a pretty good job as is to just say, I think the goal, if there is a goal, the intention of it all is to get it out of you and
Hmm.
onto that piece of paper. And if you want to look on it 10 years from now, that's fine. And if you never see it again, that's fine too.
That's fine. Yes. There's no rules around it. It's just
Right.
whatever you feel is
Correct.
good for
There's no
you, safe
rules.
for you. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah.
There's no rules. And I like that. I do. And like I said, the last thing I wrote, and I'm going to keep doing it too. And just like you said, I don't know if it'll be an everyday, but I do have the notebook sits on the couch on the coffee table there next to the couch, and
Oh,
it's like if it's a commercial break for the game I'm watching, I can sit and write a little bit and just reflect on the day a little bit.
right.
I do like when the lessons of the like that thing about leadership on pickleball. That was fun. That was interesting. That was like an
Oh,
aha moment to go, oh,
mhm.
that's worth writing down. The,
Absolutely.
last night I wrote about and we talked about a little bit about this early in the show about I think like I'm coming to the end of the hibernation period, the
Yes.
bored to tears
Yeah.
period.
Oh, yes.
I think and it's a combination of again country music song sick and tired of being sick and tired, but it's also
Mhm.
just feels like it's naturally unfolding, if that's the
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that springtime
Yeah.
comes, flowers, trees go back to bloom, and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Everything starts opening up again. Yeah.
Yeah. I think because I know I am, I mean, speaking for myself, I am fabulous at making plans, fabulous at drawing out grand scheme of this is, but now, okay, am I doing it? Oh, I got to actually do the thing.
Yeah, you got to follow up.
Look at that. So yeah,
So maybe write
terrific at
about that.
planning. What's that?
Maybe that's something you need to write about is you're great at planning. What is your hesitation to putting it into action?
I'm nodding crazy. Yes.
Because go back to the pickleball. You had the idea of, okay, everybody's standing around. Okay, let's
Right.
get this done. You
Right.
spoke it, you got the reaction of it, and it's like, whoa, that was really great. So you've already started it. You're down the path of trusting that you had this thought and you put it into action.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, I hear that.
Because we all have thoughts, and it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta go, okay, here we go. All right, let's line up. Everybody, you. Okay,
Right.
good. Let's go.
Let's
And
go.
everybody's like, okay,
Right.
but how
Right.
did that make you feel?
Right. I mean, and the answer is, helpful, useful, whatever. Yeah. Just a little bit of coaching at the moment. Today's word is coaching.
Right.
So yeah, it was a good feeling. It was.
You know what everybody wants is to be acknowledged. And
That's
you were
correct.
acknowledged
That's correct.
in a big way.
Eh, okay. Well, I accept that. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm accepting your
Well,
analysis.
did they go to the places that you told them to go to?
Of course they did. Yes.
Okay.
I'm bigger
They
than all of
heard
them.
you. They heard you. They acknowledged you. They honored you. They trusted you.
Right.
Here you go. So you've got a whole new path to go down. You know what it feels like. So get more
And
comfortable with stepping up.
now I need to do it for myself.
Absolutely. We have to.
Right. Which is the exact thing I was talking about with that self-worth quote way, way back at the beginning of the show is that, are you loved for what you do for people? Okay. Are you loved for who you are? Great. Can you do it for yourself?
Yes.
And that is the $64,000 question or whatever the number was there.
You just answered it, Bill.
I did.
You did. You
Say
had
more.
a thought. You voiced it. You got action on it. And here you are. You've got a whole different pathway that you're walking on. And I'm going to ask you again, how did it make you feel?
Right. Good. Yeah, it was good.
Well, then repeat it
Rinse and repeat. For yourself.
for yourself.
For yourself. That's the big piece of it. That's the taking the idea, the plan, the intention, and turning it into action. Yes.
Turning it into action. And that action, how did you inspire maybe the others to go, wait a minute, Bill did that. Maybe the next time, I can step up and do that. We don't know who we're going to inspire. We don't know who
Correct.
to touch. We just know
Correct.
that someone out there will be. And to me, that's enough, that I would touch somebody's life
Mm-hmm.
and feel good about it because I first of all, I touched my own life. And now, I'm sharing that with everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think so. I know so.
Step. It's a big
Yeah.
step that you took. And I know I'm being serious. The confidence, the strength, being acknowledged, action being taken.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I mean,
You're
I
not
know better than to
comfortable with
argue with Vicki when she tells me something. I know better than to argue with her. Whether or not it was a big step, I don't know, but she says it was, so okay.
Because how many times you've been out there on pickleball and you're waiting for somebody else to do something and you're going, what the heck? They're not doing anything.
Right.
And then you
exactly.
wait a minute. I got a voice. I've got action. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do it. Right?
Yes. No, I'm not arguing with any of that. I'm thinking now how that translates from external action to internal act to do it for myself.
For yourself. Yes.
Yeah, and that's again the big boy. I have a whole that I'm going to write about that all day today. Speaking of journaling stuff, aren't I? I'm going to spend writing is nice, Bill, but also doing is better. So keep that in
Right.
mind. Yes. So
Yeah,
yeah.
putting it on paper where you can see it, it's a statement. Like,
Yes.
it's right there in front of you in black and white, okay? Or
Yes.
maybe blue and white, whatever color your pen is. But, but looking at what did you do for you? What did you do for that little boy inside of you?
Oh, here we go.
Hmm. How do you think that little guy felt that he was seen, he was heard, he was acknowledged, and action was taken?
Right. Awesome. Yes. All good. And worth the remembering and
Mhm.
worth the writing downing of
Mhm.
it. And then to remember that when things get slow or boring or I don't feel like doing the thing, now I have something to look back on and go, yeah, but you did. I mean, you're capable of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. There
absolutely.
you go.
And speaking of that, I think that's why I had trouble starting it because it was my little girl and I'm the first one to say, today you're seeing me on a good day. Sometimes that still comes up from my childhood, which was very hard. And I feel now that I said that about your little boy, it was my little girl who was hesitant to
Hmm.
to bring things up. And we
Hmm.
all have a little boy, we all have a little girl inside of us. So when we question or when we doubt or when we, get afraid, it's most likely the little girl or the little boy inside of you. So being
Of
really
course.
kind with ourselves. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you to go. That was that little boy that spoke up through your
Mm-hmm.
adult voice.
Hmm.
And that's why I feel because I feel things and know things. I feel that's that little boy going, wow, I was seen,
Hmm.
I was heard, I was respected, I was
Hmm.
honored.
Ah.
So maybe that
Now
makes
comes,
sense.
yeah, no, I'm agreeing.
Mhm.
I'm saying now comes the turning it into more of a not life lesson, a life action
Mhm.
of knowing that you can do that with other things in other areas of life.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. That's to me, that's the important part. Yeah, that's
That's
because
important.
again,
Mhm.
I'm great at planning. I'm not great at the doing. So okay, now how do we change? How do we take that energy of what I did and move it into other parts of life, of everyday life?
Well, think of the response.
Hmm.
Okay. People
Response was
moved,
positive. Yeah, it was good.
they
Yeah,
found their spots.
yeah,
Keep that in mind. And the
yeah, yeah.
next time you do it, and it just becomes a habit to the point of, you've always been a leader. You've always been someone to inspire other people because I've known you a long time. That's why I got on the radio show with you guys, how I first met you,
Right.
was listening to you and what you would say, and just the connection that you and BJ have, on your
Hmm.
program, and but that's who you are.
Okay.
I'm more comfortable with this is me, and now that we've been talking about it and it's up at the surface, put more into action.
Right. Now it's, keep putting that, as you said earlier, keep putting that one foot in front of the other kind of a thing. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Very
keep
cool.
getting this reference in my head of a little kid that's learning how to walk. First time
Right.
they take a step, they fall down. Do you ever think about walking, or you just get up and you start walking?
Right.
Okay, it's the same thing here. You took that step. Keep moving forward.
There you go. There you go. All right. All right.
Mhm.
Perfect timing as always.
And I'm rambling on.
No, there's no such thing as rambling on a show like this. This is where we are getting important information.
Mhm.
Information. We're getting important stuff out there to folks, to our listeners,
Yeah.
and we appreciate them, and we love them for hanging in there with us. And every week we do the same thing. And it's funny because BJ and I on the other podcast we do the exact same thing. Every week we're like, what are we going to talk about for an hour? And then an hour goes by, and it's like, oh, that was
Oh,
cool. So yeah, it's the same thing. All it just once you get into once you get into the flow of the conversation, and that everybody knows that if you go to a party and it's like, gee, where did the time go? Well, yeah, you were in the flow, you were in the
the
energy
groove.
of the room, kind of a thing. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, just in the energy. And that's what we put out, and people will feel that. whoever we are, whatever situation, people feel what we're thinking or feeling or experiencing.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I do. All right. All right. That's going to do it. If somebody would like to chat on a more personal, professional basis, how would they get in touch with you, Miss Vicki?
Well, call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, V-I-C-K-I, Wagoner, W-A-G-O-N-E-R, 53@gmail.com.
There you go. And like I said, all Bill's techie stuff there on YouTube at Bill's iPhone Tips. Just do a hashtag search there, and just if you put that in the search bar, you'll find the stuff. It's all there, and it's all listed with links, with clickable links in the show notes for every episode of the show. So that's
Great.
easy to find us there. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna keep writing when
Yes.
I can.
Yeah. Yep.
See how it goes. We'll check in on that as we continue the
Yeah.
path on that.
Next Tuesday, we'll see what somebody wants to talk about, each of us. What we want to share, the real us.
That's it. Real Housewives of Las Vegas. There
It's
you
all
go.
good.
It is. It's all good. It's all
All
good.
good. It really is.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you joining us. Thanks again. Have a great week. We will see you again next week. Until then, I'm Bill Sklodowski.
And I'm Vicki Wagoner. Have a great week, and always remember, be your own best friend.